What comes to your mind first when you think about storytelling narrative?
Metamorphosis motif is kind of change oneself to another. How about you, Sian?
I think that changes of proof narrative structure, like modification by cultural views. How about Yuri?
I can only think about just one thing. It's good and evil.
But why are you asking like the silly questions?
Oh my god!
I analyze about the metamorphosis motif in narrative structure. Literature is a mirror of human desire. Throughout the world, human beings have a craving for change. It is metamorphosis that satisfy this desire and then connect to the literature. Metamorphosis appeared in literature from myths and folk tales to today's postmodernism. It contains many different aspects like a stare of reality and the trials of the scene. These are what I hope to discuss about. There are two different kinds of genres. The first is modern novel written by Franz Kafka. The title is Metamorphosis. As one can tell from the title, it shows the typical form of metamorphosis motif. Metamorphosis in myth and folk tales is kind of story of achievement, so it premised on the positive realization of the social value. However, this novel deals with the problem of human existence. The novel starts off with Gregor, main character, being transformed into a bug. In the maximized environment with the society's controls and suppresses the individual, the metamorphosis expresses the negative side toward distortion and division of the main agent. The writer hopes to tell modern people who are frustrated by pressure of reality. The second one is a famous Japanese animation, Howl's Moving Castle. This work, main character's metamorphosis tells a story. The heroine, a pretty girl Sophie, turns into old lady by witch's curse. However, she devotes herself to others and be kind constantly. The hero, Howl, transformed into variety of forms by reason of magician. This symbolizes not only his combative side but also attractive face. The metamorphosis motif as a dramatic device emphasizes the main character's appeals and abilities, so they're stamped on audience real memory. Metamorphosis completely derives from people's imagination. Basically, it belongs to exceptional situation and unreality. Therefore, if metamorphosis got into literature, it took consciousness, theme, and educational lesson over that simple interest as a necessity.
It's the essential basement of literature and also life itself. And many of you can think good and evil just only as a conflictory relationship, but there can be a symbiosis relationship. It means good and evil can live together, not enemy, they can co-live together. And we can find this symbiosis relationship through ancient myths, which are based on storytelling narratives. In North Europe's myth, there's a story of Odin and Mimir. Odin is a king of Asgard. Asgard is a good kingdom. And on the other hand, Mimir is a king of Jotunheim, and Jotunheim is a evil kingdom. And Odin could see a whole world with his eyes, and he found out that Jotunheim, and he went to meet Mimir, and Mimir had a water of wisdom. So Odin asked him to give him some water of wisdom, and Mimir shared his water with Odin. And Mimir asked Odin to give him one of his eyes to see a word. So they shared both water and eye, and they became friends. And this myth shows that good and evil can be a symbiosis relationship. And this myth shows that good and evil can be a symbiosis relationship. I can take an example with the book of Hermann Hesse, Damien. In Damien, there are three main characters: Sinclair as a good personality, Kramer as a pure evil personality, and there's Damien who helps Sinclair to get out of Kramer's bad behaviors. And Sinclair got help from Damien, and he could get out of Kramer's bad behaviors. And at the end of the book, Sinclair says that he breaks the egg and comes out, and he becomes as Abraxas. And this Abraxas means a god of chaos, which is evil. And so this book shows that pure goodness can be also pure evil, if he wants.
Hello everyone. I'm going to talk about the storytelling, especially the theory of Vladimir Proof, morphology of the folktale. He has found the narrative structure through more than 100 kinds of magical folk tales of his lives. This storytelling method has been the basic structure of analyzing the mythology. It has the three aspects in the framework: 31 kinds of storytelling elements, which is some kind of steps to make a story systematically, and 7 characteristics and 4 forms of story. Still proof storytelling theory works in current movies and animations. However, recently the structure appears modified shapes in some parts. For today, we are going to see how the elements of the narrative have changed and the reasons of the modification, separating in Western and Eastern culture views. First, the animation, The Princess Mononoke and Toy Story 3. As we can know, The Princess Mononoke is a famous Eastern animation. It also narratives based on the proof theory, but with the culture aspects, the elements have modified. This animation deeply cares the Japanese style of superstition. So they value about the relationship between the human and the nature, and also the social status of the woman. It shows a community spirit by the main character who start the adventure to rescue the others. Toy Story 3 represent the Western animation. It has a change on proof structure. All the story starts because the owner of toys moved to another place for college. Even this kind of small reason, we can find out the culture of the Western countries. And when we focus on the Rascal Russo, we finally feel the compassion and even understand about the bad attitude he did through the chuckle. Next, the monster and the inception. In the beginning of the movie Monster, we can figure out the reason why the monster birthed in the Han River. Analyzing the story of this movie, we can substitute as the relationship of North Korea, South Korea, and America. Following to the currency, the helping element have been the cell phone. The culture point is that the story works and the main problem solved by the cooperation of one family. The movie Inception, the basic frame of the proof theory have changed a lot. The biggest modification is that all the problems and narrative work inside one's mind and a dream. Oneself can be a rascal or the trouble-solving broker at the same time.
Responsible for the
Let's
idea
see.
that destroyed her.